Bruh. Yeah, nice. Hey, it's got a splitter. It looks great. Oh, cool. All right, there's an intake manifold on it.
Oh.
I remember when I walked up and I'm like, what happened to my car? And then I realized, oh yes, you have to, yeah, okay. It all makes sense now. Yeah. Look at, no more reservoir. Yep. And then I have a new version of the sensor to throw on here actually, because that's an even older one. But yeah, no, we're actually sending them out. So when y'all have a car that's, you know, a flex fuel car, I want to come up and work with you guys. Oh yeah.
So you wanted to
Yeah, I'll get in there.
Those are pretty.
Yeah, the seat's just kind of in there, but yeah. Oh wow, they're like up under there too. It's interesting, like, I don't know. I didn't like the factory pedals, like, I don't know, just maybe it was just compared to driving some of my other cars, but like I would slip off the pedals or miss the brake, you know, like going from the, you know, like just my foot position and yeah, you know, and just, it was never, you know, it's funny, I kept the steering wheel because we were going like, oh, it's just a street car. And now at this point, it's like, really, do we even care about that? And there's nothing disconnected, like I can touch the pedals? I didn't, okay. Oh yeah. Oh, there's the clutch, yep. Yep. Oh yeah, I gotta, there's the throttle, there's the brake. Oh yeah. Nice. Oh my goodness. In like street shoes, I can feel it. Yeah, the clutch is either not hooked up or it's got a lot of air in it. I don't know, just the pivot of it or whatever. And there's nothing wiggling, you know? Yep, bruh. Yeah, nice. I remember when I learned to heel tap, this is the best thing ever. Like, now it's like, the dual clutch, you drive a dual clutch around and it's revving and people look at you weird. It's like, it's just trying to make you look like you know what you're doing, you know? Like, well, I'm thinking once we use this for a couple events, we'll probably want to do a better cage and do a removable wheel, because other than a dry sump, I don't know if there's anything left we can do to a car that's still gonna be streetable. Oh, nice, look at this. Hey, Ethan, check this out. See where the splitter comes down all the way up to the cradle for the engine. So it seals that off now. Oh, I should have I got the replacement piece for the other side, that carbon.
Oh,
I'll put it on later, it's fine. But.
It's going to just bolt in with 5 bolts total across, so you can drop the splitter from it.
Can I stand on it? No, I'm just kidding. No, that looks good. So y'all cut it 1.5 inches off?
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's doing the Targa event. I mean, realistically, street car, it's gonna drive to the track and to the next track, to the next. So what we're probably gonna do is we're gonna trailer this up here for the first round and then have him follow me with the truck and the trailer in case something goes wrong. And that whole Targa event, everything but the MSR Houston is within like 2 hours of my shop-ish. Oh, nice. So like we could break that day, go to the shop and fix it, go back to the next event technically. Yeah. So hopefully we don't break. We want it to stay together. So it'll be really nice to be able to use these brakes because it's just been so sketchy with the booster. I mean, it was just, well, and no ABS. Oh yeah, I didn't even look at the ABS module. Yeah, because I mean, it was just, you know, with no vacuum, there's no assist. So then when you're out of the throttle and it's in full vacuum, it's really assisted. So that's I felt like the brake pedal was always, you don't exactly know what was gonna happen. And with no ABS, I mean, and every time for whatever reason I come up, they're running the track backwards. And I'm not used to running the track backwards. So I don't know where the brake zone is, and it has a rise and a fall right in the brake zone. And I'd hit like you get it at the top and then not knowing what the brake's gonna do and lock them up. And then you're like, you know, like it just was. That's mounted right where it was before. It looks great. It's gonna be nice to know that the ABS is there so I can just dive into that and then get the feel for it. And it took so little brake pressure to lock. I just had no confidence. Car felt great in the corner once you set it in, and it's pretty softly sprung. It moves around a little bit, but it's, I love the balance of it. So this is gonna be interesting. I mean, I wasn't thinking to put one on for now, but it's when we do a wing, we'll probably do the full lip, yeah. So, well, and still like, the bottom end of this motor has so much more potential. And granted, in road racing, unless you're at that level. So the thing is this falls in that weird category of way too much power for anything that's like the NASA SCCA stuff. You put you in that category. Yeah. So that's where it's like, yep, we'll go run through. I want to get a different tire once I get through those, but those literally have whatever, a couple sessions on them, or like one full session on them, really. This thing already rubs with ease. Well, when I took out those brake ducts, I don't think it really rubs anymore, but Yeah, it's close. The other wheels, I just have 305s on, but that was just an accidental. Like the street wheels are welds. The five spoke with like the black with the machined details on them, and those just have the P4Ss on them. That's, I guess, what I'm gonna have to run for that Targa event, unless I buy another set of tires. But I'm trying to not spend more money on car stuff right now, so which sounds funny, but.
Right.
All right, so we're here picking up Rowdy at G-Speed, and they got it all done for us. It is back.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Yeah, awesome little project. Love seeing the car. Who wouldn't love this car? But yeah, it's great to be a part of the build with doing the tilt and pedal setup, making everything kind of cohabitate with the Pro EFI. Then, of course, the MK60 ABS kit. A little bit of plumbing change, some updates. Definitely going to do far better than the GM.
Oh yeah, I could already tell. We just took it, fortunately the track's closed already, but we just took it for a run around the skid pad, tested out the brakes a couple times. This pedal setup feels awesome, very solid. And the ABS, I could feel it kicking in and not locking up the tires, which is exactly what we want. I think it's gonna give me the confidence I need to actually drive this thing. And we'll see you out here for the Texas Targaland event. So all right, so we picked up Rowdy from G-Speed. Just a quick summary of what we were doing there. The unexpected thing we were doing was doing the front splitter because the carbon one ate the dirt last time we were on the track. But really what we took it there for was addressing our brake concerns. And it was just enough that I'm actually really glad that they did it. Obviously, we did everything else on this car. I actually didn't realize how much work went into putting a pedal set and ABS into the car. The reason I decided to ask them to do it was really around, I knew there was a ton of brake line work, and there's a bunch of different flexible lines that have to be done, and bulkhead fittings that go through the firewall, and all those things that I was just like, that's just going to take absolutely forever. And if I want the really good fittings that are crimped and are the right length, there was a lot more work into the project than I had thought. So I'm really glad that they took care of it for us. So all that to say, we now have our Motorsport ABS unit in. We haven't taken it out on track and run laps yet. When we picked it up, the track was closed. We were able to use the skid pad, so I was able to go over there, test it, do some donuts, obviously. But the ABS is working really well. We actually drove it up here to E3, and so I've been able to run it around on the street now, and we've been able to test out the brakes. And it works great. I can tell the bias needs to be played with, but we can actually adjust our bias with the knob now that they've installed for us by the steering wheel, so I can control how much brake pressure the front versus the rear is getting now. And that's all done through the pedal assembly with an adjustable knob. Yeah, the pedal assembly now, even the floor of the car is different right here. Or not just the pedal assembly, but a whole plate and everything for your feet, and a new dead pedal, and everything is totally different over there now. So we have a reservoir right here under the hood where the brake booster was, and that is just the reservoir. It's got 3 separate chambers, one for the clutch, one for the front brakes, one for the rear brakes. So those each have their own reservoir and their own master cylinder now. New lines all over this, and then some of the wiring had to be modified for the new ABS unit. That's mounted. It looks almost stock the way they mounted it, which is great. Honestly, if I didn't tell people it was an aftermarket ABS, you wouldn't even know. It's sitting right up there. That's what it was there for. I'm excited to get it out on track and fully test it out. That was my biggest concern with driving it on track before, was just the brakes were almost uncontrollable. They worked so well, and not having any form of ABS, I just didn't have confidence in the brake zones. Any variation where you'd normally have traction would just result in like a serious lockup, and the car's not slow, so those velocities, and I'm normally not braking until you should have braked a while ago, so I just did not have the confidence to approach the corners the way I normally would. I feel pretty confident now that I'm gonna be able to bomb down into the corners and stop the car. One thing I'm definitely gonna have to get used to is it's a tilt and pedal set. Everything's really close together, which is great. It's got a great feel. But the amount of pedal pressure you have to use and the heel-toe downshifting, which Rowdy is great at. I'm used to having to use like literally no pressure, like hold my foot over the pedal and then flip the throttle for my downshifts. Now I actually have to like put pressure into the pedal, so I'm gonna have to relearn my my heel-toe technique, but that's not a bad thing. That's more practice, and that's fun. There it is. It's ready to go. We're getting ready for the Texas Targa event with the SCCA. So since we couldn't do the one lap of America this year, the Targa event's happening around the same time. So in a similar format. So we're going to start at Crescent Motorsports Park. Is it Motorsports Ranch? Crescent Motorsports Ranch. We're going to run an event there. Then we have to drive down to San Marcos to Harris Hill. Then we're going to drive from Harris Hill, and I think it must be at MSR Houston. One of the tracks, there's also an autocross. So we're going to go from MSR Houston up to Eagles Canyon. And so there's 4 tracks, and there's, I believe, 5 events. So there's an autocross mixed in there somewhere, and all the road driving between. And so it's similar format to the one lap. I'm just going to call it the one lap of Texas. We are going to run it on these Michelin PS4 tires for the event. It's probably not going to be very competitive, but there's a 200 tread wear minimum. So our track tires are 100 tread wear, and we just don't have time, and the Hoosiers aren't available, and all of the things. We're not going to be able to get the new 200 tread wear Hoosiers to run the event. So we're going to run street tires. So maybe it rains and we have the advantage over everyone. Who knows? I would be down with that, to be honest. That'd be great. But yeah, we're going to iron out a couple details. We're going to start making a list about what we need to be ready for the event. So like I said, that's going to include the AccuSum, maybe fixing those couple little startup and idle issues. We're going to redo the wiring on our cool shirts. We're just going to we had it wired in, but we're going to do, we're probably just going to use some injector connectors because we have tons of those laying around, obviously. That way when we pull the cool shirt cooler in and out, we can just unplug it really easily without damaging the wires. Because I'm definitely, it's going to be hot by the end of the month, so I'm planning on using the cool shirt during the event. eSense, the new sensor. So one of the prototypes is on Rowdy. So it looks a little goofy, but we can show you more on that now because that is actually, people have that now. So, but we've been sending it out. I don't know when this video is going to come out, but we've been sending out the eSense to select people at this point in time. With the first batch, and we're moving forward with the next production run right now. And if you have a shop, if you're a tuner or a distributor and it's something you want to carry, you want to talk to us about, please reach out. I think that's it for Rowdy. I'm just standing here talking with it. But yeah, eSense, new flex links coming out. There's some cool stuff coming. So